equals to 10 की power minus 9. Concept of fourth, an external agency which changes or tends to change the state of rest or of uniform motion of a body upon which it acts. 1 Newton force. It is the force required to produce an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kg. Force is equals to m into a 1 Newton is equals to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. Characteristics of force: magnitude, direction, which contains line of action, and length, point of application. Here we have magnitude, length, line of action, and point of application. Note: description of force. Force may be contact force or non-contact force. Contact force due to direct contact between the bodies like striking a target. Non-contact force by remote action like gravitational or magnetic. Force impart motion to the body or it can affect the motion of the body on which it acts. Force can accelerate the motion if applied in the direction of motion, or it can deaccelerate the motion if applied in opposite direction of motion. It can also stop the motion of body. Force may rotate the body. Force may maintain equilibrium condition of body. The action of force may be of push or pull type. It may produce tension or compression in a straight member. Special type of forces in mechanics. Weight. The gravitational force of attraction exerted by the earth on a body. Note: this force exists when the body is at rest or in motion. इसकी जो यूनिट है वो न्यूटन है. W is equals to mg. दो weight changes with latitude and altitude of place. For simplicity of calculation purpose जो वैल्यू है g की is equals to 9.81 meter per second square. Resultant force. It is a single force or a single couple or a single force and couple which can replace the given force system. Equilibrant force. It is a force which is equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, and collinear to that of resultant force. It maintains the equilibrium condition of body. Friction force. It is the force which always opposes the relative motion of two bodies and acts tangential at the surface of contact due to roughness of surface and material in contact. Spring force. F is equals to kx, where k is spring constant and x is deformation of spring. Tensile force. If a straight member in equilibrium is subjected by axial pair of pulling force having equal magnitude, opposite direction, and same linear and same line of action, it is an internal force. Compressive force. If a straight member in equilibrium is subjected by axial pair of pushing force having equal magnitude, opposite direction, and same line of action, it is an internal force. Classification of force system. Force system is classified into two types: coplanar force system and non-coplanar force system. Coplanar force system is divided into three parts: concurrent, parallel, non-concurrent, and non-parallel. Parallel is further divided into like and unlike. Same with non-coplanar. Non-coplanar is divided into three types: concurrent, parallel, non-concurrent, and non-parallel. And parallel is divided into like and unlike. Force system. When the number of forces act simultaneously on a body, then they are said to form a force system. Coplanar force system. If the line of action of all the forces in the system lies on the same plane. Non-coplanar force system is the line of action of all the forces in the system do not lie on the same plane. Concurrent force system. If the line of action of all the forces in the system passes through single point. Parallel force system is the line of action of all the forces in the system are parallel to each other. General force system is the line of action of all the forces in the system are neither concurrent nor parallel, then it is known as non-concurrent and non-parallel force system. Composition of forces. The process of finding the resultant of forces is called composition of forces. Law of parallelogram of forces. If two forces acting simultaneously एक साथ on a body at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then their resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of parallelogram which passes through the point of intersection of the two sides representing the forces. ड्रॉ करो एक परपेंडिकुलर फ्रॉम पॉइंट बी ऑन ओ ए एक्सटेंडेड मीटिंग एट पॉइंट डी इन ट्राइंगल ओ डी बी ओ बी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू ओ डी स्क्वायर प्लस बी डी स्क्वायर ओ बी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू ओ ए प्लस ए डी ब्रैकेट में होल स्क्वायर प्लस बी डी स्क्वायर ओ बी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू पी प्लस क्यू कॉस थीटा का होल स्क्वायर प्लस क्यू कॉस थीटा का स्क्वायर आर स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू पी स्क्वायर प्लस क्यू स्क्वायर कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस टू पी क्यू कॉस थीटा प्लस क्यू स्क्वायर साइन स्क्वायर थीटा मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ रिजल्टेंट आर इज इक्वल्स टू पी स्क्वायर रूट मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ रिजल्टेंट आर इज इक्वल्स टू स्क्वायर रूट पी स्क्वायर प्लस क्यू स्क्वायर प्लस टू पी क्यू कॉस थीटा इन ट्राइंगल ओ बी डी टेन अल्फा इज इक्वल्स टू बी डी बाय ओ डी is equals to BD divided by OA plus AB tan alpha is equals to Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Triangle law of fourth corollary of parallelogram law. If two forces are represented by their fourth vector placed tip to tail, their resultant is the vector directed from the tail of first vector to the tip of the second vector. By cosine rule we have r square is equals to p square plus q square minus 2 pq cos 180 degree minus theta. R square is equals to p square plus q square plus 2 pq cos theta. R is equals to square root p square plus q square plus 2 pq cos theta. R vector is equals to p plus q. Law of sin A by R is equals to sin B by P is equals to sin alpha by Q. Vector addition is commutative. P plus Q is equals to Q plus P. Addition of vectors. Addition of three or more vectors through repeated application of the triangle rule. Addition of three or more vectors through repeated application of the triangle rule. The polygon rule for the addition of three or more vectors. Vector addition is associative. P plus Q plus S is equals to bracket में P plus Q plus S is equals to P plus bracket में Q plus multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Resolution of fourth. The process of breaking the fourth into a number of components which are equivalent to the given fourth is called resolution of fourth. Single fourth R is replaced by two components of fourth P and Q. Note: we can have infinite number of pair of oblique components of single fourth R such that R is the diagonal of various parallelogram. We can have infinite number of pair of oblique component of single fourth R such that R is the diagonal of various parallelogram. Even component of fourth can be further splitted into sub component, which means resolution of single fourth can have infinite number of components too. Resolution of fourth into rectangular components of fourth. Resolution of fourth into rectangular components of fourth. The process of breaking the fourth into mutually perpendicular components which are equivalent to the given fourth is called rectangular components of fourth.